and welcome to Gaming Verdict. I'm Danielle and I'm here today to talk about the upcoming D&D game from Larian Studios, Baldur's Gate 3. After announcing they were going to delay the release of their early access, they instead treated us to a live stream this week that gave us the new release date for the early access. While many of us were worried that this was going to push the game into 2021, turns out it's actually quite good news, and they're only pushing it back to a tentative release date of September 30th. So only 6 weeks after the initial one. Not too shabby. They also revealed to us some of the details about what we can expect in the early access. The characters that we make will be able to progress up to level 4. While that may sound low to some of you, those that are familiar with D&D will know that level 20 is actually the maximum level you can reach. So levels 1 to 4 covers the first tier of play and means that all the classes will have been able to choose a subclass or specialization, meaning we'll get to try out some of the more personalized aspects of these character builds in the early access. They were reluctant to tell us which races and classes are going to be available, but we do know that there will be a limited selection. I would guess we'll probably have the basic D&D races like human, elf, half-elf, dwarf, and gnome. Maybe we'll get to play a Githyanki, as there are Githyanki companions, but we'll have to wait and see. For classes, I suspect most of the classes will be available to us, and it will probably be more of a case of limited subclasses for each of them. Title screen. Yeah, you're right. Then they revealed to us some of the details about the gameplay for the game itself. They revealed the final part of the cinematic opening to the game, which revealed, we're going to hell. Yes, in this game we're going to be going into the 9 hells of the D&D world, although we only know that we're definitely going to the first layer, also known as Avernus. The storyline for this game has been loosely based as a follow-up to the D&D tabletop adventure, Baldur's Gate: Descent into Avernus. So if you want to get a bit of background on what's going on, it might be worth checking that out yourself to see what's been happening in the world of D&D. They also revealed just how many story options there are going to be in this game. True to D&D form, it is very open-ended in what you choose to do. Everything from the way you design your character, to the companions you choose, to the dialogue options you make, means that you can influence the story and this world in millions of ways, including some very interesting interactions with animals in this... world. For example, they showed us a scene where you meet an owlbear, and if you play your cards right, you could walk away with a baby owlbear pet. Who doesn't want a baby owlbear pet? We also learned that we'll be spending a fair amount of time in the Underdark, another very famous location from D&D lore. This is a world that is just below the surface of the material plane and is filled with all sorts of scary monsters and dangers around every corner. So it'll be very interesting to see how the video game plays this out in their world. Speaking of interesting parts of the game, they also showed us how they had turned a simple item in the game into an entire interaction. And it showed us making friends with an intellect devourer. For those that have played D&D, surely you know how terrible an idea that is. But it just goes to show that the options really are endless in this game, and it makes me very excited to try it out. Okay, that's it for now. That's a wrap-up of everything we know so far about Baldur's Gate 3. Hopefully we get our hands on the early access on September 30th and they don't delay it again. I can't wait much longer. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give us a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.